Let's do this one. Great concept. I love how you did the gel-in effect here for the depth of field and the selective blur. First things first, let's just select the subject. New York pattern texture. Okay. See, I like this type of texture pattern, but I just don't want it to hide all the things that you added, man. Maybe just use it to fill the negative space. Maybe even like completely removing it from this side. That could be an option too. So the kind of poster this is, I think you would benefit from having extra exaggerated sharpness and exaggerated textures on them. Let's add a little bit of a blue onto it. Yeah, let's see how that would make it look. Yeah, I want to add some blue here behind the Statue of Liberty. What's the best way to do it? I hate to say it, but it might just be like us having to use the pen tool and, you know, getting our hands dirty here. So why not? Why not? And again, pen tool, way easier to use if you guys have a tablet, in my opinion. All right. Okay. And then we're going to use our favorite blend if to give it that nice gradient look. Yeah, it would help if there was like clouds and stuff in the sky, but that's okay. You guys know I love the eye color, so I'm just gonna try that and see how that looks. I think it's missing some contrast in the background, especially to bring out details in places like the Statue of Liberty. Maybe add some exposure. Let me try it. Let me try a halftone just to try it out. I have a very small halftone. Make it look like a newspaper article or something. Maybe even a smaller halftone than that. Yeah, 2. 4 is the minimum, okay. Something like this is not terrible. Let's just use this. See what we get. It's probably not gonna look very good, but let's just try it. Let's just try it, guys. Let's just leave it as white. So it actually looks like the poster is torn from this edge. Makes it look more realistic. Okay. Final step. You guys know what's coming. Camera raw. And then grain to top everything off. Add a little bit of green onto it, bro. Gives it that 3-tone effect. Right? Why not? I think this is gonna be it. Before versus after. Looks dope, bro. Looks like a whole new poster. It's all about trying, trial and error. Try new things. If it doesn't work, doesn't work. You guys have seen, like, in this stream only, how many things I've tried. It doesn't look nice, we get rid of it. Art is all about trying, right? Anytime you're editing anything, you're not sure if you should use or not, just try it out. Just try it out. Which one should we do? This one? This one's also so good, man. I love the grain effect you got on top. Lighting's nice. Let's see what we can do to fix this already like top tier poster. You know, like how you have these white bloom and these white edge highlights along the sides? Maybe change them into like a red color. We're just experimenting here, bro. I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but let's just see. Subtle glow in the eye. Maybe that's gonna make it pop a little bit more. So let's see if that works. Something like that makes the eyes pop a bit more. Okay. And then I'm just gonna try and add a little bit of extra bloom onto it. And then we can use blend if to maybe have the white stand out more. One thing I also probably could have added is a halftone texture. All right, let's see. It's too big. Maybe make it 6, 5. That's better. And then I would just go and mask it out from the face because I don't want the face to be distorted because of the halftone. Okay, something like that. And then let's just go into camera raw and see what else we can do. And then there's, as I told you last time, there's no such thing as too much grain. So we're gonna add some more grain because why not? If you really want to give it that comic book type of posterized type of look, maybe something like this. I just don't know if that was the vibe that you were going with originally. Getting back to this, basically we started with this and then we turned it into something like this, right? I didn't do anything, I didn't change anything, I didn't relight the image. All I did was add a bunch of filters, add some camera raw effects, added some halftone and some grain, and this is what you have. Yo, this is crazy. Damn. What would I change here? I think, so the first thing I would probably change, Hamas, is I would make the moon more enhanced. Like I'd make the moon look more like a moon. Moon, night, moon, background. See what we get now. Hopefully it's doesn't get pixelated by the time we're done upscale. Let's go with this. Right, we're gonna use blend if, or you guys can use the screen option, or you can just cut the moon out. I personally love to use blend if. Just takes out all the darkness or the dark areas from the image. The moon still is too bright. Maybe we can flip it. One thing I would change in the fighters though, I don't think you should add so much red in their skin because it kind of does not match with the theme of the overall picture there. So let's just try and fix that. Okay, something like this maybe. Maybe run it through an upscaler to fix out some of those extra edges. Let's just see. So you see how gives you some more detail. Okay, so we're not going to use the whole thing. We're going to mask out the things that we need. So we need some of the details in the moon. So I'm just gonna paint over that using my brush. Is that eyes need to have more detail, right? Okay, and then use the blend if to just bring out the white dots in them. Okay. See, looks a lot more realistic on both sides. Maybe a camera raw. Maybe we can add some bloom onto it. Let's see if we can. But basically, before, after, we didn't change a lot. Just, you know, just a few things with the moon and the lighting. Added some grain onto it. Added some bloom to make it glow more. Change the eye color so that it doesn't look like a flat white. The eyes don't look soulless. You add some more life into the eye. So just those small things, I think. Ooh, I think I saw this one today. All right, let's do this one. Lighting on this one is great. Lighting on this one, not so much. So I don't know what changed between here and here, because you can see like the nose and the like how the shadows and the highlights are well defined, but then on this one it just looks very flat, you know? So let's just assume the light is coming from the left side because that's what it seems like here. So let's see, how will we fix the lighting? So as always, I always say, start with an exposure layer. So you already kind of can see where the light should be painted. Just gonna have mostly white lighting here for now. This is where having like a reference image really helps, because you can have an idea of where the light's gonna land and how it's gonna land and what it's gonna how realistic it's gonna look if you paint it this way. Right now I don't have a reference, so it is a little bit hard, but let's just see. One quick tip always when painting light on fabrics like this one is try to have it leak into the fabric as much as you can, right? So from there, let's use the blend if. Once we have that, I'm going to duplicate it, and then the second one, we can add a little bit of a blur onto it, right? We can apply a little bit of Gaussian blur so the light travels across the skin more consistently. So in the areas that's actually supposed to be dark, make the shadows more prominent, kind of like that. I would copy this, right? And then I would not make a clip and mask out of it. I would go blur, add a little bit of Gaussian blur onto it, so it gives it that, you see the bloom effect next to them, and I put it behind them, kind of like that. Camera raw. Something like this, right? Something basically go for from the lighting looking like this to looking like this, right? Looks not the most realistic, but it looks kind of like artistic, and it kind of fits the vibe of the poster, right? Thanks for everybody who let me review their work. Vic, I'm sorry I didn't get time today. I'll do another stream next weekend, 12 EST. If you're here, I got you next time, bro. Hopefully you guys learned a little something, just a small, even if it was how to use adjustment layers better, how to blend subjects better. If you guys were able to learn anything, I think the stream was worth it.